Hi, I'm Tim Smith with the Adams County Historical Society, and we just wanted to give you an update on how the museum is progressing. So let's walk through. We've actually toured the museum in another video and talked about the different aspects of our museum, but I want to show you where some of the different artifacts are going to go and what you can expect. When you walk in our early history section, we're planning on to have a recreation of a Devil's Den wall here that will have an introductory video. And if you go around the corner, two of our highly prized possessions will be on display. Right here, we're going to have the Mount Joy meteorite, or a piece of the Mount Joy meteorite. And we're going to actually have over here our dinosaur footprints from Trossel's Quarry near York Springs. And here we're going to have our large collection of Native American artifacts that have been found in the fields of Adams County over the years. And of course, the museum is entitled Beyond the Battle, because not only do we have stuff on the battle, but all of the history of Adams County. So if we walk in here, we're going to have a room that just deals with the early settlement of Adams County. And I can't wait to see over on this wall a little case that'll contain some of our early road markers, including my favorite, 52 miles to Baltimore, that was once along Baltimore Street in the town of Gettysburg. And over here on the wall, we have cases that'll have stuff dealing with John Troxel, one of the early settlers of Gettysburg, with his large grandfather clock. And we're going to have a display case featuring the town of Gettysburg and other towns in the area. And we're going to actually have on display the original plat for the town, the lottery map, we call it, on animal hide. And this will be our historic tavern setting. When we come out of the Revolutionary War tavern, we'll actually walk into a corridor about the development of Adams County. And one of our items we talk about a lot is our manumission paper from Clem Johnson, the slave of Francis Scott Key, when he was freed at our courthouse. We're actually going to have, in this case, an iron stove from Thaddeus Stevens' Moriah furnace that'll be on display, as well as some of our really nice early oil paintings. And in this case, we have stuff on Thaddeus Stevens, on education, Pennsylvania College, and Thaddeus Stevens' law career, and of course, abolition in Adams County, of which Thaddeus Stevens is a very prominent part. And then in our Civil War gallery, we're going to have a long wall of material from Adams County soldiers during the Civil War, including the drum from Company K, 1st Pennsylvania Reserves, that we have on loan from one of our donors. Of course, the meat of our museum will be Gettysburg during the battle and the Civil War as it pertains to Adams County. And we have display cases on June 26th and July 1st. And we're going to have John Burns' presentation cane on display. And July 2nd, the Farms of Gettysburg will have some stuff on, and the Fighting in the Streets section. And we're going to have a video here that gives you an interpretation of some of the events that occurred up to the battle. And then, of course, we have you can see underway, our Battle of Gettysburg experience. We'll talk about that in another video. But we have, in the aftermath section, we are going to have items with bullet holes in them, a sign that hung in the town of Gettysburg during the battle, a bed that was in the Harvey Sweeney house at the time of the battle. We have an amputation kit from a Confederate surgeon from the John Edward Plank Farm. We're going to have a display of artillery shells found on the battlefield, and all kinds of things that have been recovered by local families over the years. In our Lincoln at Gettysburg section, we're going to have this large wall of faces I can't wait to see, of Adams County residents, featuring people who were at the Battle of Gettysburg or at Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. But we also have items from the David Wills house that were in the house while Abraham Lincoln was a visitor there, and a copy of a souvenir program from Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. And then, of course, we have our post-battle section with some of our displays dealing with memorialization and commercialization of the battlefield. And World War I and World War II and the agriculture of Adams County. And we're going to have life in Adams County with one of our prized possessions, the a big bicycle of Henry Stewart. So I can't wait for everybody to see the bicycle. And in this room, we're going to have a display on presidential visits to Gettysburg, where we'll be able to show off our large collection of photographs of the various presidents who have been to Gettysburg over the years, besides Abraham Lincoln, and our wall of modern Adams County faces that we're going to have here with some displays and things dealing with more recent history. And of course, in the middle here, we have a large island with artifacts dealing with President Dwight David Eisenhower and his time in Gettysburg while he was here. So I want to thank everybody who's helped with the projects thus far, and we'll continue to give you updates on the progress of the museum. So if you'd like to see some of those, be sure to push the subscribe button and push like.